Good afternoon, everyone. My name is John Glaister. Today we'll talk about my coaching objectives. I believe everybody has their own, and I think you kind of grow your objectives as you coach. I truly believe it's just like your philosophy. The more you coach, the more you're going to change, the more you're going to look back at your objectives, your philosophies. I believe as a coach, you should look every year at once your season's done. I believe in doing kind of like, I call it an after action report of the season. Things I could have did better, things I could change. Should my objectives of this involved in this team, should they change? Should my overall coaching objective change? Your life experiences can play an effect on what objectives you kind of see and where you're at with them. So my first objective is, I think just about every coach has this, that for football is we want to provide the best experience for the player. I don't want any player to go home ever after practice or a game and just hate the game of football, because the game is going to end at some time for everybody. It's a matter of what is, in my mind, what is your lasting effect on that player. My objectives kind of all intertwine with each other. So as you leave your lasting objective or experience what you portray to that kid can affect him on how he does in life. And that's where my next one comes in is leave them in a better place than when you got them. So my last coaching position was the inner city of Chicago, and this is where this one really became one of my objectives. Is I had kids that, I never thought I'd be coaching a team where I had to buy kids shoes and had to give kids bus money so they could get to practice, until I started coaching in Chicago. And what I found out was, the kids really started respecting me as a coach and realized I was looking out for them. But to this day, that was almost 3 years ago since I had that coaching position, and I still have kids reaching out to me, thanking me for what they've done. And I like looking back and seeing where they're at. I always say my success as a coach is 4 years after their kid is done playing with me. Where is he at? Did he go to college? Did he get a degree? Is he being successful? So I like tracking my kids after they graduate, just to keep up on them and make sure, where we're at. And one thing I like to say to my assistant coaches is, your job as their coach doesn't end after they're done playing football with you. They stay with you until they need to be on their own. So I still deal with some of my players, and they come to me for advice, and I truly think leaving them better off than when you got them. That's where that comes into play. Is you got to remember they're football players, but they're also young kids learning the way. And that goes to prepare them for life after the game. Like I said, at some point you're going to be done playing football. At some point the game is going to pass you by, and you're going to have to either look at it in your rearview mirror and enjoy what you had, or you're just going to want to hang it up and move on. I try to leave them at a place where they enjoyed it, and I put them in a place where they're ready to be successful in life. I just think that's one of the biggest goals I have, is the success that the kids have after they leave me. Next one is, especially in a small program, but it really applies anywhere, is have them out for football next year. What is your return rate? My objective is, if you come play this year, I want to see you out next year. And if I don't see you out, I want to know why. What happened that changed your mind from, first year to second year, that changed your mind from not wanting to play? Was it something with a coach? Was it just not like the game? Did you not like how some do? So I think that's got to be an objective of coaches, that retention of players, it goes a long way of how you are looked at as a coach and how you're respected. So those are my main coaching objectives. That's a start for me, and it's kind of where I aim to go with. Again, my name is John Glaister. Thank you.